Today on Ridge Roamer, final overview and recap of my Indian Scout bobber build, dubbed Project MURICA, using only parts manufactured in the US by US-based companies. First and foremost, I want to thank the major sponsors of this build, which include Joker Machine, FMB Chopper bars, Custom Dynamics Lighting, Combustion Industries, and Brave Wolf Customs. So what we're going for here, maybe a little redneck, maybe a little old school chopper, definitely an all-American build. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the bike itself. It is a Indian Scout bobber with the 69 cubic inch motor. So here is what we're looking at, a blank slate, ready to build. I partnered with the guys down at FMB Choppers, and they were kind enough to send me this awesome set of 12-inch bars. So, quick introduction on FMB Choppers. They are based out of North Carolina, here in the United States. As stated initially, everything going on this motorcycle is going to be sourced from companies based in the United States, with manufacturing also in the United States. David Burrill is the CEO of FMB Choppers. Go to their website, you can see all kinds of different bar options, styles, heights, etc. So we'll kind of browse through that briefly here while I go over this. FMB Choppers is all hand-built chopper accessories. All supplies come from within the United States. They do not source anything from overseas. We'll go ahead and open these up here. We've got packing peanuts and a very nicely wrapped bar. These are the 12-inch blazed bars. Quality and finish is beautiful. Now, of course, with taller bars, the stock cables weren't going to work with the extra height. So went ahead and upgraded to a set of full stainless steel clutch and brake cables. This kit comes from Magnum, another company completely United States based, with their products manufactured in the USA. Now with the bars, cables, and purchase master cylinder here mounted. Levers are all on. Next, probably the least fun part of installing tall bars is going to be fishing all that wiring through and extending that out. So last time we put these bars on from FMB Choppers, and since then I kind of finished up the wiring. Internal wiring on bars, never a lot of fun. Then I also installed these grips. These are the Vans Colt grips. Nice rubber sticky grip system. And while I had the tank off, I also went ahead and installed the analog tack kit. That is an Indian factory accessory. You just have to take the entire speedometer assembly off and then separate it. The bracket mounts in between the bezel and the body, and that allows you a mounting point for this. And then wiring comes out of the bottom. You just snake it around underneath the tank, and then it actually plugs in. These are just temporary bolts, since we've got to do rails and seats and more stuff here in the back. Like all suppliers for this build, Brave Wolf Customs is an American company with American production. They are Mississippi based. Jason creates custom art and motorcycle graphics. He rides an Indian Challenger himself at the moment. If you want to look him up on social media, that's Mando Bagger. But lots of tank graphics, frame graphics, engine accent kits. They got all kind of stuff. So lots of Indian, military, patriotic, really cool graphics. So check them out on their website. Here's kind of a quick run through of their website and some of the stuff that they have to offer. Super cool guy, small business, support him. He is an enthusiast. He is an incredible artist. Don't hesitate to spend your money there. Very high quality product. He will take care of you. Now to finish off the tank, up the middle here, top of the tank, still quite boring and plain. Didn't want to leave it like that. So here is a leather tank bib with the preamble to the Constitution. This is from Dirty Gringo. Also, you can find them on Etsy. That's where I found them. Really, really neat, high quality looking leather piece. Got the hardware to install it. Love their graphics. Comes mounted or packaged on this board and then shrink wrap around it. So very high quality. So let's go ahead, get that unpackaged, get it installed. But they are a Washington-based company that specializes in leather and metal accent pieces for motorcycles. They do a lot of Indian, a lot of Harley, but check them out. All kind of awesome stuff. Here we'll go through their website real quickly as well. Just showing some of the pieces that they have to offer. This is actually their Etsy store where he goes by Renato Store. But tons of cool accessories, lots of ways to give your bike a quick custom feel with handmade high quality products. It does have a really nice felt backing to help protect the paint. Once you drop your spacers in, all you're going to do is set the leather tank bib on top, use the included bolts. Just remember alternating short and long bolts. Pretty easy to figure that one out. Tighten them down. And while you do that, you also want to make sure that you are keeping it centered, and then just remember that your seat bolt on the back is going to secure it in the back, and make sure that hole will line up. Joker Machine is another all-American company that manufactures their products in the United States. They are based out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and the guys there have provided all of these parts for me to help with Project MURICA. They are all CNC machined, billet aluminum. They make parts for Indian, Harley, Triumph, some vintage cafe racers, even off-road parts. You can get all of these either in the hard black anodized, which is my choice for this build. You can get them in chrome plated, or you can get them in clear anodized. So I'll be using these black front brake and clutch levers. I've also got the Joker Machine bar end mirrors. We're going to be doing the pulley cover. We've got foot pegs. We've got covers for the brake master cylinders front and rear, and it should just kind of get some of this stock finishes off and give it that high quality, blacked out, badass look that we're going for. Joker Machine foot pegs install exactly like the stock pegs in place of them, using the stock pin. Just don't forget your little pain in the ass retaining clips here, and then the lever pegs install using an Allen. Very straightforward. After completing this shift side, we're also going to replace this boring stock shift lever rod with the blacked out machine styled one from Joker Machine. And then we'll tighten these jam nuts back up. Also, while we're on this side, I'd previously removed the stock pulley cover, which is this big, bulky, heavy piece, and we are going to replace it with the pulley cover from Joker Machine. Now with that installed, we get a nicer look at the belt and the pulley itself. with a very artistic, very cool looking cover. Next we're going to move on to the levers. Remove the nut, gently remove the pin on top, and use a 5mm Allen. Actually remove the bolt. Now the other thing to notice is that there is a piston actuator. Get that piston actuator from Joker Machine. You can get it started by hand, but then it's actually adjusted from the outside. So you need a small flathead to make fine adjustments. But to begin with, just get it sticking out roughly about the same amount as the stock one. Get the lever back in place, making sure that you capture this actuator inside that adjustment pin. And then we'll drop the bolt back in. Tighten it down. Put your plastic finishing pin back up top and tighten the lower nut back down onto the lever. Now we've got a blacked out lever, shorter, has the finger holds in it here, and looks significantly better than this ugly standard stock lever. Same process for the clutch lever as we did on the brake, except we got a cable. Next we're going to work on the mirrors. I opted to go with their cafe style bar end mirror. These can be mounted up, they can be mounted down. So we'll have to play with that a little bit, see exactly what look we like the best. Then if you have the stock style bars with the threaded holes already there for the stock bar end mirrors, they do offer a mount that will go directly into those threads. If you have aftermarket bars or maybe standard Scout bars that don't have the threads, they offer an expanding mount that slides in, then threads to hold that in there. That's the style I'm going to be using with these bars. And then of course I'm also going to have to cut the ends off of these grips to give access to get that inside the bar. So let's go ahead and get started. Got them in there and started. I need to get the mirror mounted so I have a little bit better leverage to hold on to this while I thread the expander. Perfect. Well, there you have it, Joker Machine coming in clutch. Absolutely beautiful foot pegs. Got a brake lever peg, master cylinder cover, another master cylinder cover up here. Clutch and brake levers are definitely better than the stock ones. Mirrors are beautiful. Pulley cover, shift rod linkage, and again with the foot pegs. Custom Dynamics, like every other supplier for this build, is an American-based company with manufacturing in the United States. So today we'll be using the Custom Dynamics ProBeam LED headlight, as well as the ProBeam Dynamic Rings front turn signals and the ProBeam rear signals. So these are brake and tail, exactly like the factory ones, but these have the added feature of white running lights while the turn signal isn't being used. Custom Dynamics is based out of North Carolina. They have been in business over 20 years, and they have sponsored today's video by providing the products that we need to complete this, to have an absolutely beautiful lighting package that's going to not only allow us to see better than with stock lighting, but allow other people on the road, other drivers, to be able to see us better. So exactly the same way that the stock turn signals came off, you'll be remounting that. I'll reuse the same bolts. I'm going to run my wires around the back. I'll plug in to the wiring harness that says left. That clips right in. Then we're going to run this extra wire into the headlight bucket, and then inside here we're going to grab the black wire harness. I'm going to plug in this spade connector. Now on the right side, same process. We've got white, we've got our amber turn, got our other amber turn, and back to white. And we're just gonna connect our wiring harnesses. And the red wire is going to plug into your brown. We'll have to wrap that because it is a little exposed. And now we can check high beam, low beam, and the running light. Now as we go to reinstall the rear rails and turn signals, it's a good time to go ahead and let you in on which seat I'm using. So for this build, I am using a Corbin Brave seat, built with the white stitching and black, like all of the products that I'm using on this build. Made in the USA. Corbin is based out of Hollister, California, and does all of their manufacturing there as well. So we'll go ahead and slide this on, give us some context here, or get this in while we have all of this removed, and then we're going to go ahead and install these rails, plug them in, and make sure everything works the way it's supposed to. We are not done back here as far as the build is concerned, but we are reassembled enough that we can test these tail lights and turn signals. Beautiful. Awesome. So with the taller handlebars on Project MURICA Indian Scout Bobber, I wanted to get a little bit of balance by putting something a little bit taller in the back as well. And I'm doing that by using this product here from Combustion Industries. Again, like all accessories going on this particular bike, American-made product by an American-owned company. So This is made by the guys at Combustion Industries, which they have come a long ways in just a few short years, based out of Minnesota. And this is their everything Sissy bar for the Indian Scout. This particular one is a 24-inch with a hairpin kickback. It's set up with the American flag gusset up here in the top. I've got a custom rack that they did for me with the Ridge Roamer logo. This rack folds down, so when you want to use it, you've got that. When you've got it up, you've got a decorative piece. So they've got a bunch of standard options that you can get, or you can get in touch with Michael there and he will be happy to put together a custom rack for very little extra charge. This is finished in gloss black, and it is designed to go under the rails on the side of the Scout bobber rear fender, so it'll tuck away real nice, neat, tidy, and the focus will be on the Sissy bar itself, not on some ugly bracketry. It does also come with this nice little thumb screw, so you can lock the luggage rack in the up position or take it out, drop it down, lock it in the down position. So very easy, very simple system, nice heavy duty steel with a beautiful powder coat finish. So let's go ahead and get it installed. So basically just 4 bolts, and these are on. Once these are secure, we'll remount, we'll reinstall these factory bolts to mount the fender and fender strut. Make sure that's complete on both sides, and the Sissy bar is installed. Now to address the exhaust, I got in touch with the guys over at Freedom Performance Exhaust and picked up this set of slip-ons for the Indian Scout. I went with the all black, obviously, instead of the chrome, but they're also available in chrome. Picked up a set of the fishtail, or shark tail as they call them, tips, and then I also grabbed a set of quiet baffles just in case at some point down the road I want to head off somewhere where maybe all the noise is a little too much noise. These are a nice straight through exhaust. Got a little bit of sound deadening in there, but not a whole lot. Once that's on, make sure we're in to where the bolt goes, and then the outer or the lower one is going to go in and then attach here as well. Perfect. Go. Get a bolt through, nut, lock washer. Now that those are on secure, we can tighten the clamps, and then we'll go ahead and add the heat shields. Exhaust is on. Let's see what it sounds like. For the front, we are doing the Firestone Champion Deluxe in a 4x19. I did decide to stay with Indian Scout wheels. I actually really like the look of these Scout wheels, the bobber wheels. So this is a Rogue front wheel, so that'll bolt right up. And then these Firestone Classics give it a really cool old school look. On the rear, we are going with the original bobber 16-inch wheel, and the tires again are the Firestone. They're the ANS, which is all non-skid, which is a replica of what tire they made back in the 40s, and this is a 5x16. Made in the USA. So let's go ahead and get these wheels off. And with the wheels off, we'll go ahead, get everything transferred over to the new set of wheels and tires and get those installed. Well, new wheels and tires are on. Coker Firestones definitely give it a bit more of an old school look. 19-inch front. And that is a taller sidewall than the stock tires. So fender won't fit even if I wanted it on there, but being kind of an old school chopper style, I want to leave it off anyway. These exhaust, still enjoying looking at those every time. And then we've got these ANS tread Firestones. Well, thank you guys for joining me again for another episode of Ridge Roamer. This is a ton of fun for me to be able to build projects like this. Wouldn't be possible without all these awesome sponsors. And I just wanted to prove, as a very patriotic person, a veteran of the United States military, that you can build a bike, you can find what you need, you can get high quality components and support US-based companies, US-based labor. So definitely check out all these companies. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like down below. Join me for the next episode and the next build on Ridge Roamer. Have a great day and ride safe.